anxious to for him to go through it because it's an actual act, but it's metaphoric for how we should live our lives. Period. Not just from a business standpoint, but from our entire life. And if you keep everything together in all aspects of your life, it just makes things so much easier. So I can't wait to hear the training. I do know this. I get a lot of people. In fact, today I was I jumped on a Zoom call with Gabe and a couple of the folks that were on there. And one of the things that one of the participants said was talking about how their market and they were so standoffish was the word she used, standoffish. They weren't open to the idea and the concept. And look, I've been around this industry for quite some time, and I know exactly how she felt. I have felt the same way at many times, and here's what I found out is that every market, people are standoffish. It's not something that's isolated to one particular market. So it just takes constant, persistent, and consistent effort over and over and over and over again to win in any market. So, y'all, what Kent said he's doing tonight is going to be some really awesome training. Get your notebooks out, get your pen handy, and get ready to burn it up. It's going to be some good stuff. Kent?
Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. If you can, give me a thumbs up. That way I know you can hear me. Awesome. So I'm sitting here and I can see Keith and I can see all of you guys, and I hope you guys and gals all had an amazing Thanksgiving time. I hope you guys got to spend time with family and friends and just enjoy the day off of not working and probably stuffing your faces with turkey and ham and pumpkin pie and all those good things. If you did have a great Thanksgiving, just raise both hands like this so we can see them. Oh, there we go. See, I like all the people that are on video because all the other ones, they're hiding. They don't want to show their faces. But I'm here and I'm glad to see you guys. I mean, look, we got Jennifer and Kelly and April and Leanne. I mean, we got a whole bunch of people here. Joni and Joni's on here 3 times, and just excited that you guys are here. And I hope you guys are ready to take notes because I'm actually going to be talking military stuff today. All right, I've got notes on Facebook stuff. I got notes on other things, but today we are actually talking about the military, and the things that you learn from the military are things that you can take into your business. They're things that you can take into your personal life. They're things you can take into the outer world, all right? And the thing we're going to talk about tonight is the most important thing. It's about making your bed, all right? Now, how many of you out there make your bed every morning? Raise your hand. I want to see the hands up. Oh, look at those people. See, I only got a handful of people that are raising their hands. Now, oh, there you go, PJ. He's making sure I see his hands. All right, I got you, brother. All right. But here's the thing is, did you know that making your bed is the catalyst for your day? It is the starting point of your day. By making your bed, all right? Now, when we go to boot camp, like I said, we had to fold clothes. We had to spit and shine our boots. We had to make our beds. I mean, and this is no joke. They throw quarters on those things to see if they're tight. They get rulers out. They measure, like, is it 16 inches, is it folded and 16 inches from the head of the bed? Keith, I know you're ready to jump in there and say something. Go ahead.
45-degree corners?
45-degree corners. I mean, it has to be cornered, folded, tucked underneath, and I mean, and then even the blanket, not the sheets, just the blanket had to be folded into a nice, even square. And if it Go ahead.
I still do that today, man. Jamie goes, "What do you do?" I'm like, "This is just habit. Just live with it."
That's exactly right. It's a habit that the military creates. It's a habit that we learn. All right. So why does the military make you learn how to make your bed? Why does the military make you fold the corners and make sure that the head of the bed has the flipped over and tucked in sheets and stuff like that? The reason, are you guys ready for this? So you got your pens and papers ready? The reason is because by making your bed in the morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. Think about that. How many of you guys go throughout the day and never, ever complete a task? It's because you got the shiny syndrome or the squirrel syndrome, and you start these tasks, but you never finish them. Okay? But by making your bed, and I know a lot of you guys here are military brats, have family that's in the military and stuff like that. But by making your bed every day starts off you completing your very first task of the day. Now, how do you feel when you accomplish a task? Do you feel angry, upset, or do you get excited and you're like, oh my gosh, I am ready to take on the next task, right? And by accomplishing that first task, that also gives you a source of a sense of pride. You get a small sense of pride. I mean, look, I'm getting goosebumps. If you guys can't see this, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this, all right? Because think about this. Finishing the bed and making that bed, it might seem like, oh, I'll just get to it later. But if you do it, if it's the first thing you do in the morning, like I get up in the morning, I make my bed no matter what. Like it's made before I even jump in the shower. But the reason I do that is because I want to make sure that I've got that task down. And that also gives me the sense of pride that I have accomplished that. And then it also encourages you to do other tasks. And by doing that, that one task completes another task, which completes another task that turns into many tasks that you have completed in the day. All right? This also reinforces the fact that the little things in life matter. All right? Think about that. By making your bed, that's a little thing to some people, but it's a big thing to other people. All right? And so think about it. By making your bed, you are telling the world, you're telling yourself that the little things in life matter. And if you can't do the little things right, then you'll never be able to do the big things right. All right? Think about that in your business. Think about that when you're out there talking to people. If you can't do the little things in your business, in your personal life, then how are you going to do the big things that come your way? You know, it's just like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite, all in one bite? Or do you take small bites, little tasks, little bites, little nibbles, which build up? And one of my favorite speakers is Will Smith, all right? And if you haven't seen any of his motivational videos, I would suggest just type Will Smith motivation. Like that guy, I mean, not only is he an amazing actor, he's a producer, director. I mean, the guy's got mad skills. But he was also taught about ethics and work, discipline, all right? And by making your bed, that disciplines you to do things each day. And the one thing I like about Will Smith is he talks about how do you build a wall? How do you build a perfect wall? Do you just start slapping bricks up, smother the cement all over and go, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful wall, and then 2 days later it falls down? Or do you do it one small task at a time? And he says, when you build that wall, you don't just take a brick and set it in there. You set it in there perfectly. You make sure it is perfectly lined up. It's perfectly level. It's perfect in its spot. And you make sure everything's right before you go get the next brick. Because if it's not perfect, it can create a crack in the wall. It can make the wall fall down. If it's not balanced right, it could make the wall lean to one side or the other. So think about that. That's just one task. One brick is a task. And if you do that little task right over and over and over, then you'll be able to accomplish the bigger tasks that come our way. And that's you guys. You're taking the task right now to learn how to lead, how to encourage people, how to be the right leader for your teams. Because think about this, sooner or later, your teams are going to get big. They're going to be hundreds of people, thousands of people on your teams. And if you can't manage 10, 20, 50 people right now, how are you going to manage it when your teams are 200, 400, 1,000 people? Think about that. Those are big tasks, all right? Imagine running a team of 30 to 40,000 people, all right? Charles and I managed a team on another company that was 30 to 40,000 people in it, and it was growing literally. When we left that company, our team was growing at about 500 people a day. All right. Now, I know for you, some of you guys in your mind, you're like, wow, 500 people, that's a lot. But how do you manage that many people if you can't manage 20 or 50 people? Think about that. All right. And it goes back to what I said in the last talk. You want to be that leader, and you want to go and find 10 leaders of your own. You want to find 10 people that you call your leaders. You're the head Indian in this tribe. You're the one with the most feathers out there. And then you're going to go and find your chiefs, because those chiefs have Indians underneath them. And I'm just using the cowboys and Indians because most people relate to that. It's just like a general, he's got lieutenants, and those lieutenants have chiefs and enlisted underneath them. All right. But the general has everybody under him. However, he tells his lieutenants the rules, the regulations, what's going on, and then they tell everybody else what's going on. And that's how you manage a bigger team. And you're able to take those things and take those chunks one bite at a time. And then guess what? That elephant, gone. It was yummy, but it's gone. All right? So, I want to talk to you about that. I have all these notes written down, so if I stop for a second, because I want to stay on track with you guys. I want to make sure that I give you all the information. Now, here's the cool thing. If you have a bad day, which sometimes we do, guess what? You'll come home and you'll have a bed that's made. And guess what? A made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be a better day. Think about that. I mean, how many times have you come home and your bed's not made and you just look at it and you're like, all right, that didn't get done too. And then that just piles on to the other poop. I know Jamie's watching here somewhere. So, it just piles on. But if you've had a bad day and you come home and you see your bed's made, it's like, oh, something got done. It's that accomplishment, and then tomorrow's going to be a better day. All right. So that is a nutshell of making the bed. All right. And why you want to make your bed. So now how many of you guys are out there and are now going to be like, all right, I'm going to make my bed every day? Only 2 of you.
I'm going to keep making my bed every day.
There you go. Keep making your bed. But see, the thing is in boot camp, in different schoolings and stuff like that, throughout my time, I, in the military, learned to scuba dive and swim. And I got trained by military instructors. I got trained by some of the top instructors, swim instructors out there. You could say some of them led SEAL teams out there. And so when I got trained, we had to swim, not in a swimming pool. We had to go out into the ocean. All right. And the ocean, there's a lot of things out there, isn't there? Just like here in the real world, when you're out doing your day, being yourself, there are things that come at us all the time. Just like when you're swimming out in the ocean, there's a lot of things coming at you. The ocean is not always calm. You got first of all, you got salt water. You know, keep your mouth closed. You don't want to eat that, you know, or drink that. Second of all, you got a lot of waves hitting on you and pushing you back. How many times have you guys, has any of you guys swam out in the ocean and know how hard it is? There you go. I love that. See how hard it is to swim in the ocean? It's not easy to swim in the ocean. You, the currents can be pushing it back against you, and you're attempting to move forward. You know, so there's all these little incidents. Plus, there's stuff out in the ocean, sea animals and things that don't like you. And one of the things that they tell you is when you're swimming, because we actually had to swim from this one island that is off the coast to the coast, and it was about a 2-mile swim. And to learn this training, I had to do this swim. Well, they also tell you that, you know what, there are sharks in the water, all right? And even these best trainers can never recall anybody ever getting bitten by a shark, but they had to tell us that there were sharks in the water. And they also told us that, you know, when the shark, if you notice a shark is coming at you, or you feel the presence of one, stop where you are. Don't keep swimming. All right? Which means stand your ground. And how many times do you do that in your business, in your personal life, when things attack you, people attack you? All right? Do you stand your ground, or do you run? Or do you just let them keep attacking you? All right? And so one of the things we learned was to stay on our location, watch the sharks, and 9 out of 10 times they would just swim away. They're just nosy predators. They're just looking to see what you're doing, and they'll swim away. But if that one chance that that shark came at you, you would muster up all the courage you have, and you literally would punch it right in the snout. No joke. And most people think, oh, I couldn't do that. The shark is pretty big. You're going to hit it somewhere. You hit it in the snout, and that it makes it literally flee away. All right, so you want to punch it in the snout, it turns and swims away, and then you can continue swimming to where you got to get going. So think about this. Don't back down from the sharks. All right, that's in your business, that's in your personal life, that's even the people that talk bad about you because you're in a network marketing company, you're doing something that they don't like. I mean, I was literally at a friend's house this weekend, and a friend was talking about their network marketing company, and guess what one of his friends said? Oh, you're in one of those pyramid schemes. And I sat there and I just chuckled. I literally chuckled, and the kid that said, "Oh, it's a pyramid scheme." I said, "That's interesting. Why do you say that?" He goes, "Well, because the top guy is there, and all the other people get in, and you know the guys at the bottom don't make any money, but the first guy in makes all the money." And I said, "That's interesting. Where did you learn that from?" And the kid goes, "Well, my parents got into a network marketing business and they failed, and my uncle got into one and he failed, and so that's where I learned it from." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So you're basing your experience on people that have joined and failed, and you haven't really done your own research. You don't even know what business this guy is in, which was a totally different company than ours. It was in a health and wellness business. And I said, you should actually be asking so-and-so what he does in this business and how he's helping people, instead of just automatically coming to your conclusions about the business and saying it's a pyramid scheme. You see how my approach on that was a lot softer and a lot more subtle than, jumping right at him and like, "Why are you talking about a pyramid scheme? There is no such thing." I mean, we've all seen that, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how do most people react? They get defensive. They, standing your ground's okay, but doing it in the right way. All right. I didn't punch the guy in the nose.
I was gonna say, just punch him in the snout right there.
I didn't punch him in the nose, but I came at him defensively by asking him questions. I didn't assume he knew anything, and that's why he was automatically calling it a pyramid scheme. All right. So then that's why, why do you say that?
Mm-hmm. Great question.
And if you ask that, then people have to answer. And it allows you to then know which way they're going to move. And then that way you can build up your defense. You can build up your next question, build up more questions, and find out where'd you hear this? Have you ever done your research? Because obviously, pyramid schemes aren't legal in the United States or anywhere. So, I mean, if that was illegal, obviously so-and-so, so why would they be in something that's illegal? So standing your ground, don't back down from those sharks, all right? Now, in my time traveling the world, one thing I've noticed, it's the power of hope, the power of one person that has changed the world, has made an effect. And you know me, my whole thing is about the ripple effect, right? And it only takes one person. All right. Now I'm looking on my screen and I see about 20, 30 people on here. I don't even know how many people because there's probably more on the next screen. But think about this. One person, it only takes one person to create that ripple effect. All right. Like a Washington, Abraham Lincoln, a King, a Mandela. Think about those guys. They weren't anybody. They were just somebody. And they made the impact by reaching out to one person at a time. Nelson Mandela, I mean, he was in prison. But even when he was in prison, he educated himself. He talked to other people and built up that community, that support. And he created that ripple effect. And one person created the ripple effect, which starts each day as a task that's completed. All right. So think about this. Start each day with a task. Start making your bed. Complete that task each day. And then think about it. You also want to find other people to help you. All right. When I go out, like I didn't even know Keith. I didn't know Gabe or Christine or April or Joni or Kimberly. But guess what? I talked to them one person at a time. And I got to know them. And some of them I've locked arms with, and we're doing stuff. Like Keith and I are now doing trainings together. Before March, I didn't even know who Keith was. I didn't even know what Louisiana was.
True story.
True story. But the thing is we created a ripple effect. We started talking, and then we started talking to the next person, and the next person, and the next person. And so find somebody you can lock arms with, whether it's in this group, in your town, maybe it could be the person sitting next to you at the house. All right. Have them help you, work with you. All right. Respect everyone. All right. Just like when I was at with those people, I respected everybody that was in the room, even though they had different ideas and different theories, but I respected them. And the way I respected them was by asking questions. So when you're talking with people, are you the one talking the most, or are you the one asking the most questions? Because I'm going to tell you this right now. The person who asks the most questions, detailed questions, is going to win the conversation. Why? Because he who asks the questions gets to listen more than the person talking. And that's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that you can hear twice as much as you talk. Now, if you're like me, you get to talk all the time because you guys are listening. All right.
You got the microphone.
That's right. I got the microphone. And also, what I taught you today, life's not fair, and you're going to fail often, but that's okay, because life is there for you. It's for yours for the taking. All right. And sometimes you fail, but you can learn from those failures to build up, just like building the wall. If you set it wrong and the bricks aren't set right and the wall falls down, most people would just give up. But the smart guys go, oh, well, how can I fix that? How can I adjust it and make it better. And again, it's just taking the time to lay that brick perfectly. All right. So take risks, complete the tasks, step up, never give up. That's it. Those are just some simple facts that I've learned in my life in the military, from making my bed to just even learning how to swim out in the ocean. All right. So hopefully, I don't know what my time is. How are we doing on time, Keith?
You got 4 minutes till 10.
Woo, look at that.
Till 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. Christine can go to bed. So, like I said, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. I wanted to keep the information relative. I wanted to make sure that you guys understand, hey, I was military trained. Some of you guys were military kids, and this is stuff that we learn, and these are things that I use today. The military has structure. It has morals and ethics in it to help build you into a good soldier. All right. And they hope that the information that they train you, that they teach you, that you're not only use in the military, but you use in your business and your personal life. All right. And I actually met a Air Force, he was a Marine pilot that was telling me his story and all the life lessons he learned as a fighter pilot. And I'm actually talking with him to have him come on to this Zoom call one time and share his story and what he's learned in life, so that you guys can learn from that as well. Because life's not always going to give you apples. Some of the scariest things are going to come at you. It's just whether or not you're going to stand your ground and know how to either dart the apples, hit them, and throw them away, or catch them and keep them for later. All right. So hopefully that was good information. If you like that, 2 thumbs up. If not, then my name's Keith Chazon. You can go like that. Awesome. All right. So I'm actually going to open it up for a few minutes. If you guys have any questions, that's what we're here for.
I would like to say one thing before we end it up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. At listening to the training on Make the Bed, it brings back a very important point, because sometimes it's all about the mundane task, right? For anyone, if you've never watched the original movie, The Karate Kid, I encourage you to get the movie. In the movie, Mr. Miyagi meets Danielson, which is young Daniel. He actually winds up getting in a fight with a bully. He very well trained in karate, and so Mr. Miyagi agrees to train Danielson in the art of karate or self-defense, self-protection. And so he shows up at Mr. Miyagi's place, and he gets a bucket of water and a sponge, and he gets him out there washing the car, and then he gets him to wax the car, and he shows him wax on, and he shows him wax off, right? And so Danielson does it. He goes wax on, and he goes no. He was doing the left hand the wrong way, and he just couldn't understand. The next thing you know, he's got him painting the fence, right? Painting the fence, painting the fence, painting the fence, painting the fence. And so he couldn't. He said, "Oh," and he finally gets all real upset. He's in there for a couple of weeks. He said, "Kim, you can teach me how to protect myself, how to learn karate. You can teach me karate. And all you got me is your manservant out here. I'm waxing the cars, painting your fences." And so he begins to show me wax on, right? Show me wax off, paint the fence, right? And then he actually ties it all together where it's a very, very smooth karate moves. And so he can actually protect himself after learning these very, very mundane basic skills. My point in saying this is this. When people think about training, sometimes they think about, we're going to learn the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps on how I'm going to accomplish building my business, defining my dream, writing my prospect list, contact the people, show them the plan, follow up, mentor with my mentor, and then repeat the process. This is what we think of training. That everybody knows that. If you've been in this industry for more than just a couple of weeks or months, you know that you've got to talk to people about the opportunity. That's the easy part. The hard part is the mindset. And that's what Kent's training is all about. That's what this training is all about. It's all about the foundational, fundamental, mundane task, tying it all together so that you can win. Like Danielson wound up doing, winning that last bout in the movie. So go watch it. If you haven't watched Karate Kid, go watch it. It's a really cool movie.
I'm ready to go watch Karate Kid right now. And the funny thing is, the bully Billy Zabka is a good friend of mine. So that's funny. He's so nice too. He's got like he is so big. He is so big into his kids, and just every time I see him at a Comic-Con, we always go shopping for Legos, and it's like, how can you be the bully in Karate Kid?
The script was bad for him.
I know, but hey, it's a great lesson, and yes, Keith is right. I'm here to give you life lessons, mental stuff. All right. That you can use in your personal life and your business. This wasn't a step by step on how to build your business. This is stuff that you're going to need to know. This is stuff that, if you complete a task, which, make your bed, it's going to make you feel better. All right. And by doing that, then you're going to go, oh, what's next? And you're going to go after that next task. And that next task might be going to work. It might be, oh, I need to go talk to this person. I might need to make a phone call. It might mean, creating a list of contacts. But it's a task that you need to get done. And think about this. If you don't do that on a daily basis, like making your bed, your business is not going to grow either. All right. Making a list, making phone calls, reaching out to people, doing it on Facebook, doing it on Facebook Messenger. All right. This is, we talked about making your bed, but it's also about completing tasks. All right. And getting things done, because when you get those things done, you feel better, not only in the inside, but on the outside, and you can celebrate. I mean, literally jump up and down. Like, I don't know how you celebrate, maybe walk up to your spouse and slap them a high five, and not in the face, just like that, or even give yourself a high five. I do that all the time. I'm like, yeah, sweet high five, and that's what you do, because you got it done. Like, I literally have, I have tasks that I write down as I'm sitting here making notes for you. There's things I've got to work on daily that I write down so that I can complete those, get those things done. And guess what? When there's that check mark, it's like it's completed. Next. Boom. Yes, Christine, I saw that. Boom. Out of there. All right. So think about it. Making your bed is just the first step. All right. And by doing that next step, it builds off of there. All right. So, all right. Do we have any questions?
I'm good. Any questions, Joe?
Wow. Oh, it's really quiet. Got a lot of thumbs up. I got to change my screen so I can see everybody. All right, cool. So that's it for right now. Keith, are we going to do our next one on Wednesday? Is that what we're going to do?
I'm good.
Are you guys here? Let me ask you. Have you enjoyed the last 2 trainings that we've done? Yes. Okay. Cool. And we're just going to keep doing them. Now, I don't have any system in order. However, I have a lot of knowledge. I've got a lot of stuff to share. If there's people in this group that have stuff that they would love to share, reach out to me and let me know. I would love to have you talk on here just like me and Keith, because I don't know everything. Right. But you guys can actually teach me something new. Or it might be something I know, but now you're refreshing it or bringing it into a different light. And I go, oh, that was a good nugget. All right. That's how you get better, is always be open to learning. Always be open to learning, reading new things or hearing new things, or even rehearing stuff that you've learned before, because you don't always remember it all the time. All right. Keith, I did a talk in Texas, and I did one, I think I did it in Seattle. I know you've heard it. But, a lot of these guys are doing social media, and, I was the social media director there for a while. I would love to teach these guys the 8 things not to do on Facebook.
I think they would be interested in that.
Because Christine's getting all excited. I know a couple of people have heard it. I know Joni and Kimberly might have heard it, but it's a refresher because I still see the same mistakes. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, ladies. There are people out there. And here's the thing: is I know the 8 things that you're not supposed to be doing, and I've told people, don't do this. Do they stop doing it? No, because they're like, oh, it works. It works. No, it doesn't. All right, it's like building that wall. Keep doing the same thing. That wall's going to fall over. But if you learn the right things, you move those bricks perfectly into place, you're going to have an awesome wall. Wax on, wax off. Right on, Keith. Too funny. So I'm going to actually, Wednesday, we're going to do a training. So be back here, same time, same bat channel. I'll remind everybody, I'll put it in the group. If there's people that you know that need to be here in the training, make sure to have them watch the videos on our YouTube channel. All right. I'll put the link in there for the channel. All the videos we've done so far are in there. They can catch up, but make sure they watch the rules of the group, because trust me, Keith will remove them. I've watched him. All right. And then they come begging, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have an issue, like if you're going to do the Facebook one, do you have an issue if there's a couple people that maybe we know won't adhere to the rules of this group if we let them watch that one?
No, that's fine. Don't add them into the chat room.
Right.
What I'll do is I'll put the link in the group chat for you guys because you're leaders. But if there's some people that you know need to learn these Facebook rules and things they shouldn't be doing, then I'll post it like 30 minutes before we start. That way you can copy it and send it to them and let them know to be on the Zoom call. But this is training that I'm doing for you guys. If they join and they get this one training, awesome. You know, if you feel like they can adhere by the rules and things like that, add them to the group. All right? Because, you know, I love training you guys. I hope you're enjoying this information. You know, I got to get me a guest speaker, Keith. That's my next goal.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go get that the Marine fighter pilot. Dude.
Yeah, that sounds fun, man.
That guy is crazy. All right. So I hope you guys have an awesome evening. We're like 9 minutes over, and I hope you don't mind that. Christine, you can go to bed on time now. All right. PJ's got to go work out. All right. So thank you, guys. I appreciate your time. I thank you for being here. And I'll see you on Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. And there's one thing I'm asking you guys. I'm going to start doing a hashtag for this group, or just on stuff that we post out, the ripple effect stuff. I wanted to do my ripple effect, but then there's a lot of people doing that one. Keith and I were talking earlier. What did we come up with, Keith? Do you remember?
Yep, right here.
There was a couple, and if you guys can come.
Ripple effect daily, ripple effect movement, or ripple effect warrior.
So let me know which one. I would like to know from you guys. And you guys can put it in the chat room. I'm going to let you do this one thing. What would you like our hashtag to be? There was hashtag ripple effect daily. There was ripple effect movement. There was hashtag ripple effect warriors.
Warrior.
And if you have a better suggestion, put the hashtag ripple effect or whatever it is, but I want ripple effect in there. All right? Because we're going to go out there and make a change out there. We're going to create a ripple effect with all our hashtags.
Okay, so before.
And no, you don't want to put those on Facebook. Clue number 1. Hashtags on Facebook is a no-no. So just sharing that.
So before people start posting in the chat group, though, I'm gonna just jump on with a quick video and let everyone know that it's open for 24 hours to vote on the ripple effect hashtag, and so anybody in chat can vote on it on what you would like, or if you have a suggestion for 24 hours. That way, it's just not open season, because I don't want people just to think they're gonna be pushing it. They're just
Right.
voting. For ripple
Yes,
effect.
Christine.
David? Hey, just real quick, can somebody make one of those, somehow you can make a deal where people can just go in there and push to vote? Like you could put all 3 of them or 4 of them in a line, and then you could put other. That way we don't have so many dings, and it just actually, they can vote on that one little icon in our chat room.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah. So, all right, that's what we'll do. Keith, I'll ask you to do this. You type up the hashtags and put them in there, and then great suggestion, David. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just thumbs up or thumbs down on the hashtag that you like or don't like. Then that way we can vote on it. If there's one that you think is like way better, send it to me or Keith, and we'll put it in the chat room.
That sounds good.
All right, cool. See, look at that. Problem solved. I know David doesn't want his phone dinging all night, and neither do I, but I know also how to mute the conversation. So, awesome. Warriors. Okay. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Christine, go get some sleep. Keith,
I'm good. Have a
good
good
to
night.
see you. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night.